and believe that you would be exempt from being classified as an African American. You fool. How dare you think that because you've isolated your children and given them everything that they could desire, that they will be exempt to racism and criticism and discrimination? You fool. How dare you think that because you got a white picket fence that you ain't still got the KKK right down the street looking at your every move? You fool. So Jesus calls the man a fool. He says to him, you're planning on how you're going to store up all of your riches, but fool, your illusion dies tonight. I came to tell somebody that your illusion has died. The illusion that you are accepted, the illusion that you are included, the illusion that you will be respected as a human being has died. In the second instance, Jesus turns to the crowd and is critical of them for being unaware and aloof to what is going on in the earth. He says to them, you have the ability, you have the discernment to be able to understand what is going on, and you use your ability, your discernment, when it's convenient for you. You use it to determine whether it's going to be a good weather. You can sense what the weather is going to be. You can determine what the wind is going to blow and how your day is going to be. But when it comes to you discerning and understanding what God is saying and what is happening with your community, you act like you don't understand what's going on. You act like you're confused. You act like you don't know what to do. You act like you don't know how to stand up. You act like you don't know how to fight. You act like you don't know what to speak up for. You act like you don't know how to be who God created you to be. Jesus says to them in the 49th chapter of this same text, I came to start a fire. I've come to transform this world and change everything that's upside down to the right way up. I didn't come here to smooth things over and have everything being all right and pretend that nothing is happening. Jesus says my purpose is to disrupt and confront. And he says if you want to continue to act like you don't know what time it is, if you want to continue to act like you don't understand the season that we're in, you are a fraud. You're a fraud. How are we like this rich man? Can I just talk to you today? How are we like this foolish rich man? When we think of foolishness, we think of a lack of wisdom. We think of being out of touch with reality. But the truth is, the most foolish thing that we did was allowing ourselves to fully assimilate into the culture and the way of American society. You ain't got to say amen. But we allowed ourselves to fully assimilate. We had good things going on. We had businesses and we had developed our own way of living. We had values that we instilled in our children. We taught them at home. We were good shepherds of our community. We had the neighborhood watch and we would look out for each other. And if you needed some butter, you could come next door. Try to get some butter now. The impact of assimilation caused us to have an increase in the median income of our families while the masses of our people continue to struggle. The assimilation process caused us to decrease our cultural knowledge and our self-appreciation and our positive racial identification. It caused us to resort to coping strategies that caused us to struggle and deny our acceptance and have low self-esteem and be in self-destructive patterns of behavior. And as a result, we overemphasize materialism. We begin to think that we weren't worth anything unless we had something. We begin to achieve by the stature that we have. You've seen black folks. They look like $1 million. If you look at them from top to bottom, you would think they got it going on. They got on designer suits and Burberry this and Gucci this and everything going on the outside. And then they go home to an apartment and eat a can of beans because it's important for them to look like. Talking about women who will go and spend $500 on getting a weave in their hair when their children ain't got no food so they can look a certain way. I'm talking about men who will go and take their son to get $300 tennis shoes because they think that that's the only way they're going to have value. How foolish. As a result, we've become stingy and greedy and self-serving and jealous of one another. According to the Nielsen report, although we earn less than whites and we have more unemployment than other racial categories, we still spend the most money in American economy. The latest report said that we have $1 trillion in buying power, that we spend more in media, watch more television, shop more frequently, and spend more on beauty products than any other body in this America.